Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First Touch. We are back. It's a little later than usual, but we're here. Monday, March 22nd. It's me, Dazerin. Hello, how you doing? Join with me is obviously Roll Dizz, Raul, and TBates. His camera's not gonna turn on. We're still trying to figure out the camera issues. But what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Sheesh. Good afternoon, beautiful
Facts.
afternoon down here in Texas. The weather's beautiful as always. How you doing, T-Base?
Well, unfortunately, the crowd or the viewers today won't get to see my beautiful face due to issues that I'll have to fix in the near future. But Damar, I believe
Huh?
I don't think you're dressed right today. I think you're missing something.
Facts. Hold on. I got you. We got the Roll Dizz look.
We got the roll this major look. Put the hoodie on.
This Roll Dizz when he
Put the
locked
hoodie
in.
on. He's locked in, baby. Let's
did-
go. Let's go.
Why didn't I get the memo? why didn't I get the memo? Wait.
Because we figured that since you had the hoodie on the whole entire weekend, you might want a day off without it. So we figured we want to tell you. We trying to reach our level, zone in, get like you.
Facts.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff today. I think the first thing we gotta hit on though is one of the craziest announcements I think I've ever seen since being in the scene, and that's the FaZe announcement, right? FaZe enters Rocket League. The peeps, they finally picked up the peeps, and boy, it was a crazy announcement. I mean, I was at a loss for words, but I'm sure you guys obviously had something to say about it.
Oh well, me. See, I was just watching live. Me getting my research in during the weekend, enjoying great
Right.
Rocket League, and then they have that great cinematic that FaZe and Rocket League both produce. And my goodness, my gracious, woo! I've never been so excited in my life. That was the most hype I've ever been about Org coming in since C9 all the way back in DreamHack Atlanta when they picked up the Muffin Men. Everybody know about that great legendary team. So it was amazing, and I thought they were going to win. No, I thought it was scripted. That I didn't think that they could lose, especially when AJ was saving goal line saves off the inside right side of the goal, and I was like, they're not losing a series this weekend. But unfortunately, it didn't happen for them. It happens, but I love it. I love every second of it. I'm so happy for my boys and the peeps.
Unfortunately, I was in a match when they got announced, right? So I didn't get to see the actual announcement video until afterwards. But that's amazing. It's amazing to see Big Org still coming into the scene. So what's up with you, bro?
Like, what are you doing? We can hear you.
Oh, this is weird.
This man over here, I'm into himself.
What is up with you, bro?
Bro. Okay.
You go, Raul. I was confused.
He just went.
Yeah, just went.
Yeah.
We're good.
Teammates zoned out for a minute. Okay, but I think personally, like, I liked how, one, they did it, how it was handled. Two, the fact that it was kept as like this super like large secret to where nobody knew, like, yo, this was even happening, right? Like, a lot of people didn't think that this was happening at all. And for me, it was just so incredible to see how it all ended up went down. I think I heard, so one, they didn't tell Wavepunk about it. He found out as the announcement went out. But then two, they even for the match admin who was watching, because they had to put the player cams on, they waited all the way up until the announcement was over to swap out their chairs and actually put on their jerseys, and then like that's when everything was like released or talked about. So I thought that was super cool. Obviously, I'm very happy for AJ, Gyro, and Illusion. Personally, I think I said this earlier.
Don't forget about Moopy and Mala.
Well, of course, Moopy and Mala. Like, what? You know what? Okay.
Hey, Mala.
I actually had to apologize to Moopy because I made a tweet. I forgot to tag him in it. He just sent me a wow in response. I do love Moopy, but yeah, I mean, those guys came a long way, and now they have FaZe as an org, and I do think FaZe is the perfect org to like represent that team. Like, just from knowing all those guys outside the game, I feel like they too goofy. I feel like FaZe is like a perfect match for them.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of patience that roster, that piece roster. That they had opportunity after opportunity, but it's crazy the patience that they had to wait for the right org, and like you said, it's the perfect org for them. So
that's great business. That's great business. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for a whole entire group, and I want to see them succeed now because they're on phase even more than I want to see them succeed before. Whoa, and hey, I just want no shots at EU, but there's a reason phase came in A.
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. But listen. I think something that's also dope is that from what the fact that like it's such a big impact not only into the scene, like the esports scene, but like obviously the content creator space. You don't know how many content creators right now are sitting there like, yeah, like putting fake phases in their name or like now trying to like get on phase and stuff because like, okay, now they signed a team, they got to be picking up a content creator or something like that, woo woo. So it's really cool that it has that much of like a major impact over there, like all of the Rocket League ecosystem from streaming now to the esports scene. But I need to talk about something else real quick. I need to talk about Mr. Top 4 over here.
Oh gosh.
Mr. Top 4. Raul.
Just gas him up.
We gotta gas him up. He went into the NRG series, and okay, you guys don't know, but we have a friend named Austin. Austin he's a Rocket League player. He's played with pretty much a lot of people on the cover, so that's just kind of the preference. And I will say this on the official channel, he is one of the luckiest people in the game. So now that's official. We got to talk about. I talked to Austin before the series, and because the day was already crazy, right? We had so many different like results, and it was wild. So I was like, in before like NRG lose to Sonics, and everything's flipped upside down. And Austin said, "No way, NRG lose. It's a best of 7." And Raul came out there, and I'm in business. My goodness, bro, tell me about your regional. How was it for you?
Tell the word about it, Raul.
Hey, I got a couple things to say. One thing addresses the TBates. TBates, before we went into the regional, he was like, "Oh, Dizz, what about your boys?" I was like, "Let me keep quiet. I gotta the silent strikes. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be quiet sometimes. I can't talk all the time. I'll let my gameplay do the talking a little bit. So that's what I did for T-Base. All right. Before our matchup, I heard that the analysts on the desk were like, "Oh, the top half was super closely contested. The bottom half's gonna go super quick. It's gonna be smooth sailing for the two teams." And I was like, I'm gonna make sure it happens for you. I'm gonna make sure it happens, but not the way you expect it. Hey, I'm just saying, I wanted that dub. Super respects to NRG. They're a great team, right? They had us on the ropes the whole time, pretty much. Even though the score line doesn't seem like it was, 3 talented players on the other side of the field, and they made us work, right? I think we were on defense majority of the series, so yeah. It was great time, great regional. We definitely wanted it. We were hungry. We were super hungry. Then we got up to KCP, and yeah, we ran out of steam. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, looking at your results though, over the course of that entire regional, you guys lost 2 series. One was to Envy, and the other one was to KCP. So, all things considered, I mean, that's really great. How do you feel though in terms of? Okay, I think this is like, do you feel like this has been like a steady climb for the team overall? And do you see yourself keeping up the consistency?
I think you guys know me as somebody who ties mentality into everything, right? So I think as long as me personally, I keep my team driven the way that they are, because they're super hungry right now and they want to keep the performance is consistent. I think we're gonna go into scrims knowing what we just accomplished, knowing what we can do as a team, just looking to push further and solidify our names into a secure top 8 team, right? That they're always questioning Sonics whether they're gonna show up this tourney, show up the next tourney. If not, you know what I'm saying? So I think from now on out, we're gonna try to solidify our names and our team in that top 8, top 6 spot.
Okay. I mean, what do you, Tyler? Like, how do you feel about Raul and his boys? Because you don't even talk about his boys for a while. Now we're starting to see some results here, And they've actually been, like I was on the train though. I was on the hype train. It was tough. The NRG match for me was tough. Obviously, I cast energy on the regional and on the grid. Plus, I think Gary G is one of the best players in the world. So for me, I was like, roll this versus Gary G. Oh no, but I'm gonna go. And then on top of that, like I was screaming, right? I was screaming because I was like, look at Rohu go. Like I have to look at the stats. Actually, speaking of stats, I did get a stat from one of the homies direct. He hit me up. He was like, here's a random stat for you guys to roll this horn some more if you like. He is 5th in North America in this season in shooting percentage at 27%. He's got some numbers behind him. He got some numbers behind him.
Is he a tap-in specialist?
What is the season? Like just a split? Like that regional?
No, I think like the whole season.
Oh, snap. TBates. They call me a sniper.
That can mean many things, man. You could be a tap-in specialist.
A
want a cookie for that?
tap-in specialist?
You want a cookie for that?
Dang, man.
Hey, I'm playing with you. I was happy for my boy. I was cheering him on. I was ready for him to make the finals. Then they ran out of that steam. I was a little sad about that. But them beating NRG, I mean, it was great for seeing. I mean, the whole entire NA regional was really great in terms of everything. So I loved every second of it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to segue into it. Let's talk about the actual NA regionals with the recap. We'll start here in the groups. And I think, no disrespect to my boys in Pride Start, but I was almost for sure no one could get eliminated on day one until they came out on the field. And then I looked at Liquipedia later and they were knocked out. But besides that, like, I think groups really, I don't know if it was as expected as a lot of people thought, right? You have SSG finishing in 4th of Group C. You had a little bit of interesting results with Rogue getting swept by Exet and then losing in 5 to G2. Keep in mind, the Rizzo for the boys run was in effect there, so they're definitely playing on par. But also, looking at, even some of the other matchups too, like Group A, just completely kind of thrown off the tables. Like Stromboli ended up losing to Oxygen, even though they had swept them in quals. So there was a lot of different things going on in the group stage. But did you see TBates? Did you see like anything pretty out of the ordinary for you in terms of the groups, or was it just simple?
I mean, SSG struggling a little bit was a little wild to me. Other than that, I mean, the top teams really performed when they mattered, and then they all proceeded to make it further into the actual regional itself. And it always shows that NA, when you're at the top of NA and you're really when you're in that top upper echelon, at about top 10 range, top 8 range, you're going to perform when it matters most. And they all eventually made it. You have new teams like my boys on Pride, Stark, and stuff like that. Some new fresh pups out there trying to get some run in, but. I mean, they got to take a couple hits and learn from it and get better. So nothing surprising. It's not like a team's gonna form or a team's gonna be okay and they're just come in and be dominant.
Nothing surprising. Can we talk about Group B? 72 PC over Alpine? Alpine gets knocked out. Alpine's supposed to be a top 10 team. I think they're like 9th on the leaderboard ranking.
That's skewed.
Is it skewed?
How is it skewed?
They don't deserve to be there. They ruined it. They ruined it.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. They ain't good enough. Percy, all Percy be doing is camping that, banging the ball down the field. I'll be lost at what Jordan be doing and Magic Bell. He be nice and ranked, but he don't be pouring off in tourney. That's the one team that don't deserve to be in the top 10 NA. Move them out, put somebody else in. That's all I'm saying.
Who would you replace them with?
Y'all could be higher than them. For sure.
I think.
V1 could be higher with them too.
No.
You're not.
Wait,
like,
real quick. Roll, check Discord. And I think they want you to like rejoin the room so we can get the cams fixed. While he does that, I mean, that's actually an interesting conversation. So Alpine recently, let me just double check right now. The winter major run from them wasn't necessarily the best. I believe they lost first round to the Peeps, then made it to losers round 2, got taken out by V1. It has been a slew of just, not really solid performances from them. I mean, you talked about it a little bit with Percy, but what's really the big problem here with Alpine TBates?
Oh, they don't have an identity. They don't know what they want to do in order to win the game. It's interesting. I mean, they don't really like use each other and maximize each other on the field. It's really just solo plays, and it doesn't work out for them. I don't know whether that leads to a team swap or something along those lines, but I don't believe they're a top 10 team in NA at all, based on the way they play and how they approach the game itself.
How you
It's
feel?
very What you think?
Yeah, well, for me, I feel like it's just like you said, they're struggling to find that identity. Really, I think that for them, a lot of people are, they obviously have expectations. I think most teams in their position probably would have made a roster change already, so they're still, trying to, I guess, work things out as a group. But you can almost tell based on watching the matches that there's just a lot of struggle there and a lot of frustration. I think for them, even with them even being known as a lot of as good friends, it's still tough. Even working with your friends and trying to become successful in a space like this. But I mean, what do you think, Raul?
Who are we talking about?
Alpine.
Alpine. Alpine. I don't know. We always talked about before Alpine had that moment where they were thinking about replacing someone on the roster. So that could be in the back of his head, right? Whoever they were going to replace, because word gets out super quick in the community. So I mean, that could be affecting him and his confidence. But I think his friends, like when you struggle with your friends, it's just like,
Who's him?
huh?
Who are you talking about?
Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan. When you like struggling with your friends is it depends on like what who like the leadership is on that team, which they're all kids, right? So we kind of expect it to be like Mystic, the coach, to come in and be that kind of leadership role that they need. But in between friends, you really that kind of breaks you guys apart if you can't speak to each other with any sort of backbone, and that guy takes criticism well, back and forth. If you don't have, if you can't discuss things as friends, as close friends, as a team, then you're gonna have problems on your way up.
So what do you think they like for both of you? If you could pick one thing that you think would actually try to like push Alpine back into like the conversation, what would it be?
What do you think, TBates?
For me, shoo, they can do a lot of things. Percy can learn to not camp net. Percy, get your behind out the net. It's not helping nobody. You might average 500 points a game, but you ain't getting no W's. He could do that. That's the first thing he could do. Second thing he could do, Jordan, I'm gonna need you to get the comments up, brother. You got too much on your hand. You have the mechanics are there, the potential's there. You got to perform, baby. We all see the clips on Twitter. And then match it, but you just got to perform like you do in ranked. You're the most confident player in ranked I've ever seen. You don't have no fear of anybody. It don't matter who you're playing. So you might as well just play the same way attorney. It might work out for you in the end. But that's what I would do. Just more team play, more being, and more grind too. I really don't see Percy in ranked like that. I don't know if y'all see him, but I know I don't see him. I rarely see Jordan too. I see Magic. I know he's grinding rank. I don't know about the other two. And you got to grind the rank in order to stay at that top level. So hopefully this little performance, especially when their Twitter account is tweeting out that is a free group, and it's not a free group. Hopefully this performance really get into him. Put a little steel behind him, get him playing a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know who the Alpine social media manager is. I think you
think he on the hot seat?
I don't know what's up with him. I don't. All I know is, he got a lot to say. And it's like that's all I really know is he got a lot to talk about. But when you say it's a free group and then the team doesn't the team gets eliminated.
It's rough.
Maybe we should like chill out a little bit. It's a lot though. This has been something that's been happening recently at Esports though. It's a lot of social media managers that's just been wilding out on Twitter. Like I'm talking about from like there's teams at other esports. Let me not name any names because I was about to name drop. But listen, okay, these hot takes you got. Like you're not about to increase the follower count. You may increase interactions for sure, but it's not the right interactions. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna end up getting a lot of bad publicity. We don't need that. Protect the brain. You're supposed to protect the brain, help it grow, not cause violence. Not on the timeline. Oh yeah. We'll talk more about people on the timeline a little bit later. We got some hot takes we want to go through.
I'm surprised you ain't bring up Rogue yet. I've been waiting for y'all to bring him up. Just bring up Rogue. Like, what y'all waiting on?
Well, I mean, we kind of working our way up the ladder. Okay,
calm
what about
down.
Okay, okay. I just want to get the Rogue over with. So I mean, I just move by it, but y'all taking a while. But get there. Come on,
we
build it up.
we gonna get
Build it up
there. We gonna get there. Okay?
I know you want to talk about. Come on, hurry up
But
now.
listen, okay, well, let me let you talk for a little bit because we got to talk about Go2. You know what I'm saying? G2 had that run for the boys. I mean, as the biggest G2 fan in the world, TBates, how did you feel about Rizzo's last run?
That was pretty cool, man. I knew they'd go far just because it's Rizzo's last run and the script was just in their favor. I don't know. There's always every single little thing that could go right. Even when Rizzo's own goal in top right, they still win a game somehow. I don't even know that's possible, but I mean, it happens. So I like seeing it. I like seeing it a little bit, but it also showed me that when they have less stress on, a little bit more carefree, they start performing a little bit better. So I don't know. I wish they play a little bit more often. Had a little bit more fun. Enjoyed the G2 style offense, the pass and the fast plays, and show teams that you can still use teamwork to win these games nowadays.
Man, that's what it's all about, is having fun, man. You ain't gonna make it nowhere if you don't have fun. Did you see the clip where Rizzo posted his perspective and then the comms afterward? He's like, it's on me.
Yeah, own goal was hilarious.
And then they all just started laughing, bro. That's how it's gotta be. You know, if you own goal and then your heads are down, you're like, my bad, man. You lost. It's over. It's over, right? Nobody's backing you up, nothing. They just started laughing. They had a good time, you know, and they just brought it back. They're like, don't worry about it. We got it. We're bringing it back. That's how
I think that falls under the carefree like vibe they had though. You know, and that's what I was saying. Like they're more carefree, and I guess they went in without expecting much. So whatever happens was just bonus, you know. But I feel like if they really wanted to win, I don't think they would have been laughing as much. Then again, I'm not in their comms, and I'm not like always talking to them, you know. So it's real interesting to me.
And maybe that's something that could change. You know, you see that perspective of that side of the atmosphere, and maybe teams are more adaptable to that. Like they'll start to do that a lot more, where they're like supporting and start laughing, and then like the guys like, yo, my bad, and it's okay, bro. We got you. We'll bring it back. It's like that, right? Instead of just like being quiet and shutting down. Like, bro, why did you own goal? Like, you had so much fun, bro. Like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Do you want to lose this game?
You know, it's people like that too. It's definitely dudes that do stuff like that. But yeah, I was really impressed from the last run. I kind of personally, I did want to see him go all the way, but I think one player in particular wanted a little bit more, and that's the boy Jason.
Jason, first killer.
Rogue win another one. They end up taking this regional. And look at Tyler. You guys can't see TBates' face, but we can see his face. He made the funniest. He's drinking his cup. He's sipping his cup. But Rogue ended up taking another one. I mean, this is a little bit of that consistency you were asking for here, TBates.
You see my tweet, TBates?
Of course I did.
I know you did. I'm just confirming.
just real quick, what was the tweet? I don't remember the tweet.
At TBates, is he the best now? Is that enough? Is that enough for you, TBates? Hey, I've been calling it for a minute. Yeah, I need to see a little bit more consistency. He don't got it like that. Hey, me. That's all I heard. This man is the biggest first killer fanboy. The biggest Rogue fanboy.
Why do you look like that?
You're speechless now.
Did you get it out of your system yet?
Hey, it's all out. I just want to hear your rebuttal.
My rebuttal?
Yeah.
Rebuttal.
Well, you know, I am a man of consistency. And I'm a man of consistency not only when the first killer doesn't play and everybody else plays their own sense, but also a man of consistency in the words I'm saying. And all I gotta say is, I'm gonna have to see a little more. I mean...
Nah. That's immaculate cap. That's immaculate cap.
I'm Joseph. Look. I ain't gonna be like people. I ain't gonna be like Max Cohen first taking none of that. I'm just gonna accept my defeat. First killer at the current moment. You heard it from Tyler Bates himself. Is the best player in the world. Y'all got me. Y'all can have it. He's the best player in the world for now. He's the best player in the world, and that's just the facts of the matter of the case. I hope everybody that people been wanting me to say that for weeks now, and I just holding out against it. But I mean, if you just keep winning, that's what is it? 3 finals in a row, 1 regional, 1 major, and 1 regional again.
Hey.
In dominated fashion, nonetheless, beating NRG 4-0 on Saturday, and then they just beat KCP 4-0 in the finals too, and they beat G2 4-2.
Yeah.
Who they play the first round?
They played
FaZe, and what was it, 4-1?
No, it was 7. 4-3.
It was 7. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to give it to them. If they could be the FaZe with the script behind them and all the momentum, and they can still take the dub, I'll give it to them. I'll give it to them for today. I might change tomorrow, so nobody get too comfortable. But for today, what's today? March 22nd, 2021. First Killer is the best player in the world. You heard it here right now. I'm glad. I hope you're happy. Are you happy?
Sheesh.
Come tomorrow. Come tomorrow. Come tomorrow. Might be different.
Oh dear.
Into the right side. Hold on. You mentioned today he's the best player in the world. You might change your opinion tomorrow when there's no events going on. How's that possible? You gonna see him in rank and be like, nah, he ain't the best no more.
He did drop 1,000 on my team of twos. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Next show. Give me another regional. Can't tell you that boy Justin gonna be right back in it. A little off this weekend. A little off. Wasn't focused on something. Didn't have the right mental behind him. It'll be okay. Sometimes you go into the weekend. See, Justin was just so used to winning, so used to being at the top, everything. So like they just cruising. By. They got caught off guard a little bit. It happens. Sonics hit him in the mouth. They weren't expecting it. A whole bunch of low 50s of game planning from Raul and Nathan. Nathan has in shock, and Raul hasn't rolled this. So, and T. Corral balling out as well. So I mean, it happens. We'll see. We'll see come next regional and come to grade.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
So don't get too comfortable.
Listen, speaking of don't get too comfortable, KCP making it to the finals. Should we get comfortable? We'll throw this one at you real quick. Yes or no? Like, we gonna see more of this from KCP?
See, KCP's run is interesting because the only reason that they even made it that far is because Arsenal, well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons they made it that far is because Arsenal's power was out. So they ended up beating SSG in the lowers on Saturday, 3-0 with Safety. Safety is a great player, and we all love Safety, but we all know he ain't Arsenal. He ain't Tashaka. And when you're missing that piece on SSG, that's a big blow. That's a big cog out of their system. So we don't even know if KCP will be there to compete at that level if SSG could have played full roster on Saturday.
We don't know that, but the statistics say that KCP takes that series more often than not. KCP does have SSG's number. They do.
What statistics you looking at?
Go back. DeMar, bring him up.
All right. I gotta look at the stats. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, let's look at head-to-head stats. What was that? Knockout, loser round 2. Yeah, so so looking at this, actually it's 4-5. The series is 4-5. It's actually a closer series than we thought.
Oh.
Yeah, KCP has ended up winning they won the last time they played against them, which was in Winter Grid 3. Then it's been like streaks. So it started with SSG winning first 2 series. Then KCP ended up winning the next 3 series. Then SSG swept them in the next 3 series that they saw them in Fall Major, Winter Grid 2, and then Winter Regional 2. But then the most recent one with Winter Grid 3 is the one KCP ended up winning.
Oh, okay. All right. So I kind of take it back because like the important events SSG has been taking.
Yeah.
So I kind of take it back. Yeah. I think that's a valid statement, saying that SSG, like it's SSG with Sathu, is definitely not SSG with Arsenal, and things definitely could have been different.
So we'll see, but it does look good for KCP. I liked how they made it that far, and also liked how, just want to say it, that at NA, that was, I believe, 7 out of the top 9 teams, 7 out of the top 10 teams were all in that final. There is no random makeshift team last second. Like in EU. I saw some people tweeting out saying that NA is not as good because some coach is making top 4. Last time I checked, one team made top 4 in Europe, and they formed like 2 weeks prior to that, if that. Another team made top 8, and they had formed 2 weeks prior as well. And also, all the NA teams are gonna make the grid, and some teams in EU that are at the top ain't make the grid. But I mean, like I don't know if I need to say names or not. But it just is what it is.
I think we're definitely gonna get there. We are gonna get there when we talk about EU a little bit later. There was one more thing I think I wanted to hit on. The machine. What's up with him, man? Like, what's up? What's going on with him, man? Team Envy, the machine, at least the nickname that we've given them, or TBates in particular. I think I was talking to Miss last night. He was like, ever since TBates called us the machine, we've been losing.
That's not my fault. Atomic don't listen to me. Atomic always showing up with an Octane, man. I told him not to play with the Octane. It don't work out. You need to play the Fennec. Atomic on the Fennec is a clean cat. That boy smooth, buttery, nice in the midfield pass, top left shot, top right shot. He do it all. That boy got range for the 18, one of the best players in the world. On that Fennec, that Octane just not as good. I don't know how many times I got to say that on the show. I've even told Miss that. Miss need to tell Atomic. Atomic, show up on the Fennec. If you don't show him the Fennec, they should deny him at the door. Miss and Turbo, open up scrims. The moment they see Atomic loaded in here on the Octane, but pause. We ain't playing until he on the Fennec. Because we ain't getting the right reps in if he ain't on the Fennec. Machine need the Fennec on Atomic. It's just that simple. Turbo can play wherever he wants. He the specialist. And we all know Miss will always show up in a 20XX with the gold stones. And you know what Miss is going to bring to the table. But you need Fennec Atomic to be the machine. Right now, they like the scraps. They just trying to put anything together. It's not working out for them. It's not working out for them. They had the assembly line in it. And you're trying to put in that final part. But the Octane just don't fit. You need the Fennec to finish the, whatever that thing's called. Where like you fit the stuff in together. I don't know the game. But y'all came up with.
What is he talking about?
I don't know.
The jigsaw puzzle? The jigsaw puzzle?
Oh, okay.
I think it's a jigsaw puzzle.
All right, so
Okay.
Atomic on the Fennec. What's the series looking like against KCP, Tyler?
Didn't that go 7?
Yeah, it went 7.
Atomic on Fennec, I give me 4-1 Envy. 4-1 the machine. That's easy. It's light. That's light. That's how good the Fennec Atomic is. Does he need to go back and watch his own tape? How does he not go back and watch your own tape? Go look at your own gameplay. The gameplay is just drastically different. It's just so different. Fennec Atomic, go skip crossover 1, scoop by 2, skip to my Lou as a finish, lay, and all you see Miss coming, bang, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so good when he's on the Fennec, but when he's on Octane, it's a 50. Oh, I lost it, Miss, help me, Miss. Oh, we don't care about that. Just hop on the Fennec and do your thing. Oh my God. We all want to see the machine at the highest level. Fennec Atomic, we need to see it back. It's just the fact of the matter.
What's that thing he just said, bro? He said lay. Oh God, I need somebody to clip that one, bro. That was crazy. Oh God, Atomic, please, just give Tyler a chance, man. Get on the Fennec, man.
All I'm gonna say, Atomic, I can't have this guy screaming in my ear lay anymore. Please get on the Fennec. I can't lay. I can't, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Okay, so the machine still hasn't found the right part, and I guess the part is the Fennec. That's what we can boil that one down to. Yeah, I want to see more from him again. Obviously, I feel like it's getting kind of old talking about the same thing with them. It's getting a little frustrating. So, and want to see the machine back at the top. They have more work to do. Cool stuff. I think that's really it for NA in the regional. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything too wild. I think one of the things I say a lot of teams should probably keep their eye on is V1, because Torment is looking good, man. He's looking good. He's looking a lot better. I think that V1 will probably, make their way up there very, very soon. If the trend of the slow, like, okay, we're going up here a little bit, playing better, just like, what I'm saying, like playing better a little bit more every week. If it keeps going, the V1 could be in that conversation too. I like what I'm seeing from North America overall, though, because it just looks so much more competitive. It's refreshing.
Yeah. Looking at V1 this week, honestly, you said Torment. I'm looking at my boy Gimmick. TBates old MVP, old player of North America. Gimmick is looking in form and he looks hungry. When you look at the player cams and you watch V1, Gimmick looks hungry.
Hype.
You hear him. You can hear his words through your headset as he's scoring. He's come on. He looks hungry. And that's what I like to see. I'm like, okay, Gimmick. Okay, Gimmick talk then. And Gimmick's performing, Gimmick Torment, and even Calm, right? Calm is that he looks like he's a goofy kid. Like he really brings a light atmosphere to that roster. That roster that has 2 veterans on it that might need a lighthearted person on their team. So them 3, they look dangerous. They look dangerous moving forward. And like you said, Lamar, they're consistently improving, steady. So I'm excited for them.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited for them too. Also, Roll Dizz, if you ever get an interview, bro, I need you to take the interview because Shock takes the interviews and he always using big words that people don't know.
What do you say? What do you say on the street?
He said tumultuous. Bro, this man had like half the scene Googling tumultuous.
No,
like, what is
bro,
that?
you know what's crazy? Okay, so Shock joins the comms right afterwards. Right after he says tumultuous, bro. I'm like, Shock, what did you just say in front of 100,000 people, Shock? He goes, what? Tumultuous? I'm like, what does that mean? He goes, how do you not know what that means? I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, hold on, bro. TBates, what's tumultuous mean?
Like rocky, shaky, all over the place. It's like a tumultuous wave or something. Going up and down. Boom, boom.
We gotta ask.
How y'all don't know what tumultuous? How y'all not know what that means?
All right. So let's give everyone a grammar check. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to First Touch. We teach you alphabets. We teach you the words, the dictionary. Tumultuous. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna sound that out. I'm just not gonna do it. But it's an adjective, making a loud, confused noise, uproarious. That's the first one. The second one is excited, confused, or disorderly. Here's it used in a sentence: a tumultuous crowd. Yeah. So if you don't know, now you know. In case we get Shock on another interview. But I feel like he's gonna come at us with a different word every time. You know, every time. So we just got to be ready for it. But I think that's all I got for NA. We're gonna move on to something that's coming up this week, which is goals for change. I want to bring up the official post. So I'm reading this from the Rocket League website, rocketleague.com, on the news section. Ian wrote this one. Rocket League Goals for Change is a casual Rocket League tournament featuring women from across North America and Europe competing to donate to causes that are important to them. And then they asked, what can you expect from this one-of-a-kind Rocket League event? The format, round-robin format. There's 4 teams per region. Each round is a different game mode. So hoops, rumble, drop shot, and boomer ball. And then I believe the prize pools, the higher team places in the round-robin, the more they could donate to a cause of their choice. So first place could donate $10,000 per region. Second place at $2,000. Third place at $1,500. And fourth place at $1,000. This is happening March 24th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So normally when we would go live on a Monday, think of it that way, like if you were watching last week, that type of start time. So 12 noon Central for those
on Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday. This is Wednesday. I've seen some of the participants and talent list. Guys, you really have to check out this post. It's again on the Rocket League website. The talent from being the casting and hosting to all the players. I mean, this in terms of like the women's scene in Rocket League is absolutely amazing to see all these people together. I'm really excited for this.
Looks like it's about to be a pretty lovely tourney to look at. You know, a pretty good event. Another one that Psyonix is getting together, you know, so that everybody has something else to watch. You know what I'm saying? Psyonix has been spitting out a bunch of events back to back. So they've been working, you know. It's crazy. Sir.
I love it. It's another great event that Sounds is putting on. Another way to give everybody a chance to perform and really show their talents. And it's also for a great cause. And that is just above all things the most fantastic thing about it, in my opinion. So it's really lovely. And I will be tuning in. Damar, are you playing?
No. What? Did you not just hear me say that it's all, you know what?
Oh, it's all women?
Yeah, from all the teams. Even
I thought they were like team captains.
No.
Oh. That's even more cool. Then I really will tune in now.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch to check things out. Again, guys, Wednesday, March 24th goes for a change. You won't want to miss it. It's gonna be very exciting. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Speed Flip to talk about some of the hard hitting or quick topics that we wanted to at least touch on here a little bit. First thing, grid day 1 for Europe just concluded. We if you guys were watching, I mean, obviously, hopefully you guys were watching. If you guys been watching the Rocket League channel today at all, you saw the grid overtime earlier with Stumpy and Cole. And did Stumpy and Cole? I gotta see if they made any crazy tweets recently too, because we gotta call them out. But yeah, that being said, grid day 1, I think obviously the result that's on everybody's mind from that day is the BDS result, because they ended up going 1-2 on the day. They ended up losing to Liquid and a team called Howard, who I don't even know if they're in the regional, actually. I need to double check to see if they're in regional 2. I don't. Wait, I'm on the right. Spring, regional 2, main event. Yeah, they're not even in the regional, but they ended up making the grid, and then they even ended up beating BDS. So, all right. Okay. Interesting. But,
Interesting region.
So... So like, what's up with it? Should everyone start like running around? Oh my God, BDS just lost. Oh my God. Is it even worse at the fact that BDS lost to Liquid and his Howard team?
Howard.
Like,
I mean, it's just another day in office with me. As I've been telling everybody in the world, that BDS team is a little slightly overlaid. But see, the news is it shouldn't even be that BDS lost today. As bad as that is, that they lost to Howard. They played
Howard.
The real news is that Team Queso and Godsmill's team both didn't even make the grid. That's the real news. You see, Godsmill's team last time I checked, they were just 4th in the regional. And then Team Queso's had a great runs in the regional prior to that. So just interested me how people hype up the depth in EU so much. How it's just so good. And then teams that have points and perform in regionals can't even make the grid. And then Howard comes out of nowhere and they beat BDS, a team who everybody fears in that region because they are so good. Have you BDS? They will beat any NA team. Well, no, they won't. They can't even beat Howard, and that's all I'm gonna leave it at. Bro, take it away.
I mean, you kind of handled that situation. I ain't gonna even, shouts out to Howard.
Howard.
Howard, we really love you on First Touch. Show the whole world how good BDS are, but that they can be beaten, and just let the European region know that BDS can indeed be beaten, because I don't think any of them understand that they can be beaten. It's actually wild to me, the uplifting and the amount of DT like praising that DT gets from that region. It's cute though, but hey, at least Howard took it to him, and I love that. Howard, cheers to you, mates. Cheers to you.
Calyx, Polar, and Joyo are the Howard you're referring to, who ended up taking that dub. How did they do that day anyways? They went 1-2 on the day. Let's see, there's a thing for match day results. I think it's this. Yeah, here we go. Let's see, so the first match of the day was the Liquid one where they won in 5. Liquid actually reverse swept BDS. Was it 1-goal games? No, only game 3 and game 2 were 1-goal games, and then afterwards it was 4-2 the rest of the way through. I'm trying to see if there's anything worth noting here. Maybe not yet. I kind of want to save some of this stuff for when we talk about Europe later on. Howard ended up later losing to Team Liquid in a 5-game set, and they lost to Vitality in 4. They won game 1, and the Vitality won the next 2. Currently sitting at the top with 3 wins of the standings for Europe is Solary, Galaxy Racer. Then under them is Singularity and Dignitas. So interesting start. Vitality at 6. Top Blokes at 7th, Liquid at 8th, BDS at 9th, and then Howard at 10th. And then Rix actually ended up announcing JG as their coach today. So
go ahead, JG.
Big congrats to them. Big congrats to them.
Congrats to James.
The fam.
Yeah. So
what's crazy to me is some of these teams that are just like the other teams that they're losing to. So like, I mean, we'll touch on it a little bit later, I think. So
yeah. We gotta make sure we got a big chunk here for Europe. Another thing that we want to talk about was OCE. That regional is, I believe, starting very soon.
It started.
Regional 2 or regional 1?
And they played over the
Regional
weekend.
1 played. Just played.
Oh, right. Regional 1 was over with. Yeah. So I think Ground Zero ended up winning that one by beating Forbidden Gaming 4-2. And I think that's still per usual. Let me see.
Yeah,
If we look at the full ranking, I think it's Forbidden Gaming that's really surprising there because they made a roster change and then they end up winning or getting second in that regional.
tomorrow. They played Regional 2 this weekend.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was groups.
Yeah, it's
Groups. Yeah. You're right. I see that now. Okay. Whew.
It's
That's-
absolutely expected though. It's very Oceania about it. Ground 031 Renegades 4-0. And it's just the same old in that region. There's not really much parity.
just like one team that just dominates everything.
Yeah. Right now, I think the biggest thing to keep an eye on for OCE is Renegades and Mindfreak, 300 points off of Cringe Society. But if Cringe keeps up the work, then the top two going into Worlds should be Ground Zero and Cringe. So that's I got baited almost into saying that's Cringe, but that's kind of funny. But that's it for OCE. Really keep it more of an eye on that just to see where things end up. As like you guys said, Regional 2 is underway currently. So we're going to move on to Collegiate Rocket League, I believe is our next topic, CRL, as quals are done. And I need to figure out, Tyler, do you have that list of teams that ended up qualifying, like the full list?
Like all the teams?
Well, not the full list,
Including
but the ones
last
that
weekend?
recently- No. We shouted out the ones last weekend. I mean the ones.
Oh
that
yeah, I
were
have it.
this
Do you want me to say
weekend.
it?
Yeah.
All right, in the Western Conference, UT Arlington, Missouri S&T, I believe this is Texas Tech and Arizona, and in the East, Florida Poly, UNCC, University of North Carolina, Charlotte, Durham, which is the first time, and Virginia, which is also a first time. So it'll be pretty interesting. And now there's a legit 10 teams at each conference, and league play starts sometime this week, I'm assuming. So I really do wish all those teams the best. Do we want to like do a predictions or like something like that along those lines? Because I mean, like, I don't know how much, but like,
Do we have that? Well, I guess we have all the teams, but in terms of teams being able to like go out and be like on top of their conference,
it's a double round robin this time. Did you know that?
yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's actually gonna be crazy.
But just for people who aren't aware, can you like kind of like break down the difference between this one and pretty much fall? Like what about double round robin makes it crazy? Because a lot of people don't watch CRL, even though they should.
Well, in the fall, there were 16 teams per conference rather than having 10, and those 16 teams just played each other once. And really, it made it to where the top teams would kind of get free wins against the bottomish teams, and then it could just come down to who won the one matchup the top teams played against one another. But now they've made CRL a little bit like more exclusive, and now you're gonna have to play those top teams multiple times throughout the whole entire season. So we're really gonna see who really is the best team out of the West, who really is the best team out of the East, who deserves to make the playoffs, or who just had like a fortunate day. And I really find that to be pretty exciting. It was something that if the RLCS didn't change, it was RLCS changed, I know people wanted to see theoretically. So I'm pretty glad it's happening in CRL, and I think the competition is gonna be at an all-time high. Personally speaking.
Okay, CRL. Keep an eye out for that. Obviously, when league play gets more started, we'll definitely be a little bit more in depth.
Wait, let me make my preseason picks though.
Oh, make your picks. Hurry up.
All right, I got in the East, I'm gonna have Northwood, of course. Now in the West, I'm conflicted. It's between UNT and my Tigers, but I'm being bad spot. I don't want. Give me the Tigers. Give me the Tigers coming out first. That's my predictions.
That man was really going through it, man.
I was. Give me the Tigers.
Listen, when CRL gets started, guys, you guys definitely have to watch because if Tyler's that conflicted, that means the competition is good this season. So you want to keep an eye out on it, special you roll because we really gotta dive deep into it. So
yeah, I gotta be arguing with Tyler.
I'm gonna have to educate you about this league.
I'm gonna pick a team. I'm gonna start watching somebody, and I gotta conflict with Tyler. I have to pick somebody that's gonna get under his skin, so I could just talk about it in first touch. I'm gonna just be like, so what happened? What happened at CRL match, teammates?
Oh, they're good. You can pick UNT, and I'm gonna take my Tigers. How about that? I like that.
All right, I'll go with UNT. Since it's so conflicting.
Okay,
that's D-Bank, Too Fast, and Lucia, by the way.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Wait, hold on. So in your Tigers is remind the audience who's the Tigers?
LSU Tigers, Louisiana State University.
Yeah, who's on
Go
it?
Tigers. And on that team is Ajax, professional player for E United, Lowtech, a CRO veteran, and the Braun B legend himself. Woo!
Hey, no way he just gassed him up like that.
And on Northwood, I said Northwood. I didn't describe the rosters. I'm so sorry. Northwood is Buddy, Pirates, and Noxus. If anybody knows those names,
Buddy,
and
Pirates,
that's probably the best
Noxus.
team in the East. So I'll be excited to watch.
Facts. We'll get into it more as the league goes on. But hey, there's your CRL update. You make sure to tune in. Now, next, we're gonna move over to the Verizon Speed Shot Challenge. We're gonna hit on this one we're gonna speed shot our way through this topic, mainly just because I want to make sure we have enough time to talk about EU. Did you guys see some of the goals that were in that Speed Shot Challenge? That was kind of funny to me.
Did that triple pinch win?
I couldn't find anything to actually follow it. I didn't know if there was
I don't know who won.
I think it
But
was. It was Mimi. Was Mimi the?
Was that the triple pinch that went 9 million gazillion miles?
I believe so. Don't quote me on that. I do think that was the shot that did win though.
I don't know what ranks all these people were that they were showing, but some of them really specialize in pinches. That's all I know. And that triple pitch was actually amazing. I wish it had the MPH or KPH on it somewhere. If it was just added so we could see it. That has to be the fastest shot ever. It has to be. It actually zoomed. It was instantaneous. If I could snap, you guys would be able to hear me, but I can't snap. So imagine me snapping. Dang, I just snapped, and that's how fast it went. That's how it went from one side of the field to the other side of the field that fast. And then they had the ceiling pinches. I didn't really care for the double touch or anything like that, but it was cool. I like giving, once again, Sonic's really stepping out and giving people who might not ever have that opportunity a chance of showcasing their talents and putting themselves on the mainstream in front of 150,000 viewers. So I thought it was pretty neat.
Well, listen, all I'm saying is for you guys at home, if you ever have to submit goal clips in a challenge like that, don't make it obvious you in custom training. We see you in training, bro. Everybody sees you.
Wait, who was in custom training?
It was a couple people that was in training in some of them shots. I saw free play. I'm like, wait, this is a free play. You could tell because the wall and everything is white. I'm like, wait, it says reset shot at the top corner of the screen. Don't make it he tried so hard, the camera was zoomed in and everything. I'm like, bro, poor guy. But that's all I gotta say on that topic. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Speed Shot Challenge. I love the fact that the sponsors that are getting involved in the RLCS always have something unique about them. The forward one was the Freestyle Challenge. Now we have the Speed Shot Challenge, and then plus all the cool graphics in the middle. They had an air show with the cars in the last one.
The check marks and the V's and all that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. So big shout outs to Verizon for sponsoring the last NA regional. That was cool. But we're not getting cool. We're getting hot. So hot that people are about to get cooked. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Cook Zone.
Cook 'em up, chef.
So I'm not cooking them up. Chef Bates is going to be cooking them up. My job right now is to read us. I said it on Twitter, guys. I said it on Twitter. Follow me at Dazerin on Twitter. Listen, we wanted to see the hottest Twitter takes for Chef Bates to cook them up. So we're going to go over with some tweets using the hashtag first touch that were tweeted out. Maybe we might sneak some in. I don't know. We'll see if we can sneak some of the tweets in. But the first one we're going to read out is from Jayski, or at one Jayski on Twitter. First touch, calling a team the best in the world in quotations when we haven't had a LAN in over a year is not good.
Oh, that tweet's actually so good. You know why it's good? Because Howard took out
awkward, bro.
They took out the supposed best team in the world, and by far, without even making a regional. Howard, you way to handle business. You just proved JC's point. No, there shouldn't be no best team in the world nonsense. They cannot be the definitive best team in the world until we have a land. You can call them the best, you can believe it, but it's just don't say it's definitive. Don't say it like it's clear. It's not clear. It's not clear. Especially when Howard's taking you out in grid. Keep it moving, DeMar. That was easy for me.
Oh,
JC,
God.
great tweet. I love that one.
Now again, make sure you're using that hashtag first touch. This next one is from Go James Bot. Go James Bot. What is the biggest rivalry in RLCS right now for players and teams?
I feel like all of us can answer that one. For players and teams. I mean, I guess you could say like Energy Rogue shaping up to be a rivalry, but I mean the way Rogue handled them last time, really it'd just be NA versus BDS as like the rivalry because all the EU people and fanboys they all just gassed their great team that's above everybody else. That they always fall back saying y'all got to play BS, y'all have to play BS. It'd be different, and NA just like we'll see them at LAN. So I guess that'd be the greatest rivalry. It's hard because they all play each other so much nowadays, you know. There's so many matches to the point where it's not a matchup isn't built up like that. It's not gonna be like a serial matchup where you're gonna get LSU versus Zona at one time. They're playing like constantly throughout the week. So that was weird for me. What y'all gotta say?
I could say a rivalry could be Turbo against his former team, NRG. Every time Turbo goes up against NRG, he has something to play for, knowing that he got kicked off that roster. Another rivalry in between just first touch is Rogue versus G2. I don't know how many times we've seen that in the previous tourneys, but it happens so often where we're always arguing. Me and Tyler go back and forth on who's gonna win GoTo versus Rogue, Jason and First Killer, right? So those are two big rivalries that I could see just being a thing.
Yeah, I see that. I think I'm kind of reaching here because you guys took all the hot ones, but I think for me, I'd say probably SSG phase, just because of like, I think the Reddle's kind of like leaving thing between Gyro and AJ and them, and then like phase trying to get back up. Well, also Space Station Gaming trying to get back up, or actually you talked about Turbo versus NRG. And I think the same can be said almost with V1 as well with the Torment and Gimmick. Because remember, like Squishy left that team to be on NRG as well. So I think V1, whenever they play NRG, there's always some kind of like stake on it. Because remember, there was that one time where they changed their name to like Rat Enterprises, like right after like C9 ended up dropping the team. And I mean, I think I'm speculating here, but I think that was a shout out to somebody on the NRG. So I think V1, maybe who knows if they're over it or not, but I think they really want to win that matchup. So I think those are our current rivalries right now. And I'm going to look through and find another tweet. We got one from Pale Rider RL. Hashtag first touch. Taroko and Turinturo are not Garrett G and Squishy, making First Killer the best player in the world because of what he has done with what he has been dealt. Tyler.
If y'all can see my face, man, that is utter nonsense.
Wait, hold on. Let me try it.
No, bro.
Y'all need to start getting y'all's props to Taroko and Turinturo, because let me tell you right now, Taroko, he fit his role nice. There ain't too many people that can do Taroko better than Taroko, man. He come in solid as third man. He always at a 50. He always at a follow-up. He said he makes sure he's the rock of that team. Literally, the rock. He says in the middle of the cams, First Killer ain't First Killer about Taroko, and Turinturo is a great flex player. Y'all need to start putting your respect on Turin and Taroko. It is mind-blowing how people just gloss over him and act like First Killer is 1v3. You can't 1v3 in RLCS. You got to have the teammates. He has the teammates. They're both very capable players. And it's just nonsensical to even go that far and say that they are not Garrett G and Squishy. At the moment, sometimes they look like they're playing better than Garrett G and Squishy, and that's just the facts of the matter. Thank you very much, Pale Rider. Unbelievable.
Hey, all I gotta say to that is, who was First Killer's previous teammate? He had Kronovi on the roster. Was First Killer doing the things he's doing now with Kronovi on the roster? No. There's a difference here, right? You could say the names are big time because they are, But these are two up and coming players. They didn't have the spotlight that Squishy and Garrett had for so long. All right. So you gotta wait for these dudes to come up because they're here now. And they're ready to play. They're ready to take spots.
Yeah. No, I mean, you guys have yelled at me for my top fives, putting Taroko and Turo in there. So I think
don't say me. Don't say me.
But like, you know, I've always been a very big advocate. I mean, Taroko on the Fennec is just kind of like Atomic on the Fennec. Taroko on the Fennec. Anyways, Taroko on the Fennec. I mean, it's amazing. So I think you got to give them respect. You got to give them respect because I don't think like you talk about like what he has been dealt with as if, you know, they're hindering him. But if anything, they enable him to do exactly what he wants to do on the field. And I think that's what's most important. We're moving on. We got one more, I think, and then I might have to start fishing. Zachary. Ooh, I can't pronounce your last name. Bethune? As Zachary Bethune. It ain't my place, but sometimes change is what gets you out of a slump. G2, hashtag first touch.
Oh, I mean, sometimes being more relaxed is what gets you out of slump, and that's what they did this weekend when they didn't have the pressure of being G2 go-to. They performed when it mattered. So I don't really know if the change is necessary. I feel like it's all in their heads. They're forced. They're believing they need a change. I don't know if they necessarily do need a change, but hopefully they make a change and it works out for them in the end. Chicago wasn't just rocking the NA Season 9 NA champion tag for no reason. I was less than a year ago, still to this day, for the same roster. They just finished top 4. Don't necessarily know if they need a change. I like their G2 roster a lot. And that's why I pick them a lot, even if they hurt my feelings.
I think they had a change. It was in the atmosphere, and we saw how much that benefited them, right? Players changing, that could all be just a mental thing. Players think they need change, and it could be for better or for worse. We'll see.
Okay. You know what? I'll throw one more at you. As I'm getting.
I DM'd you one.
What, you did?
Yeah.
Where?
On Discord.
I just don't remember getting a DM from you.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh.
Yeah, you didn't. Like, send me the tweet.
I don't know where it is.
Tyler's trolling.
Thanks.
It's like, let me find it. Let me find it, guys.
Why are people DMing me? Don't DM me on Twitter. I said use the hashtag. Come on.
Oh, look. The Braun one. Did I not send you this one?
No.
Here, I'll DM you it here.
This is great. We're doing it live, folks.
There you go. Look at that one.
Brian B with this tweet. Hashtag first touch. Rogue will start choking if lands come back.
Speak to him, bro. First killer's an online player. We all know that. And that's why I'm just waiting. Because they can all say he's the best in the world now. I even conceded today. Now come land. It's going to be a different story. It's a different type of pressure. Especially if we somehow end up with some type of crowd somewhere in form fashion. First killer is different when you got them people watching, them eyes on you. You got them screams. You got the first killer, or they say Justin. After they hit the top left shot on it, first we gonna see it. We gonna see what you build out of, baby. Not everybody supposed to be playing on that land now. So I can't deny that. Look at our old man. You guys can make that faces all you want. That's just the facts of the matter. We ain't seen him on land yet, and until we see him on land, we go see. I like Brian B. It's a hot take. That's a hot take. Fresh out of the LSU cabinet.
Yeah, what up, bro?
When's the last time we seen anybody on land?
Man, I gotta go back. It's been a minute, right? It's been almost a year.
What's that got to do with anything?
It's crazy.
What's that got to do with anything?
That's kind of wild to me, right?
Yeah, I think everybody gonna be fresh on land.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, but some people got experience though. Some people don't. Like first killer.
First killer's been a couple.
Yeah. How you do at him?
Hey, bro. Hey, how he been doing? Hold on. It takes first killer a minute to get rolling, but once he starts winning, exactly what I told you.
Oh, well,
a couple shows in, I said once he gets rolling, he's hard to stop.
Okay.
Consistency showing. You called him the best player in the world. We'll see him.
Okay, I like how you said that because he better hope and pray. He better pray that the first land ain't worlds because he ain't gonna have time to get rolling. That's gonna be his first land ever on a big stage. He ain't gonna have time to get the consistency going. You know who gonna have the consistency though? The other teams. That's all I'm saying.
BDS, go to.
BDS, ain't nobody see them on land either. we gonna see how they play on land too. When them lights are on, when them cameras flashing, when you need to perform. I like that tweet, Bron B. Bron B, CRO player and a good tweeter.
All right. Okay. We gotta move on. We got like 25 minutes left. We still got about
25. We gotta move.
3 topics. Yeah, we gotta move. So we're gonna move on to our next topic here, which is G2. Go-To Rizzo announces his retirement. If you guys haven't seen it, we're gonna play the clip for you, and we'll talk about it after. So here you go.
Hey guys, it's Rizzo, and I wanted to give you an update on my position as a pro player. For me, I've been playing for a very long time. It's been nearly 6 years since I started, and 5+ have been in the competitive scene. So with that in mind, for me personally, I feel like it's very hard to find the motivation to continue playing and keep grinding and continue the competition. I think the most enjoyable thing to me right now is just streaming. I have a lot of fun hanging out, talking with you guys, and playing different games and doing other things on stream. For me personally, and with my career, I feel like it just makes a lot more sense that I will step into content creation instead of pro play. So you guys are probably wondering how the team is going to work going into the next split. I will still be playing in a portion of the events coming up. We're super excited to have Dizz fill in. He's a young up-and-coming talent, and Chicago and JNAPS are super excited to play with him as well until we find a more permanent replacement. When we do have more updates, you guys will definitely be the first to know, and we look forward to all your support in our final split together. And while we still are trying to win, this is a transitional split for us, and we're really trying to enjoy our last split together and doing one more for the boys.
Boom. So there you have it. The Rizzo retirement was announced. You know, they did that last run for the boys. I think there was even a tweet where Rizzo was talking about too. I think we had talked about it earlier on the show where there was a rumor that G2 was like looking for other players, and Rizzo kind of confirmed that he was trying to leave in the trade window in the winter split, but G2 couldn't find a replacement that they wanted. So now he was playing here in the spring. TBates, how you feel?
Oh, Raul go first. I believe Raul saw him last night or something like that.
Yeah, we saw. He was over at the crib.
For his what?
What's up?
What was it for?
For his retirement party. We had to let him go in style. Rizzo was balling out last night. You know, that's the first time I ever saw Rizzo in person and talking to him. He's a really chill dude. Him and Athena, a really chill couple. I love them to death. They are a couple of energy. Like they will bring a smile to your face, and that's why they do so well. That's why everybody loves them. So it's definitely hard to see him go, but something that he wants to do and he's been wanting to do, obviously. In that video you can definitely tell. I'm happy for him and I know he'll do great in whatever he decides to do, because just meeting him yesterday was amazing. So
I mean, I wish him nothing but the best. It was all the way back in 2017. I was watching Rocket League really for the first time, really getting into it. And it was Rizzo and Sis, John Sedman and Wolfless. Those really like the two little duos that got me in the Rocket League really and made me want to play the game, grind the game, and really just learn how to enjoy the game, especially when you're playing with somebody. Them duos and how they played was amazing. So it's really heartwarming to see him retire. It's kind of sad in a way. I mean, all good things come to an end. He's gonna close his door in his life. He's gonna move on to someone else. And as Raul was saying, is great man, brings about nothing but happiness within the people he sees and the people and the people he doesn't even have to see. Just what makes YouTube and brings the content on Twitch and from his YouTube. So we all know that he's going to succeed in whatever avenue, whatever path, whatever fork he decides to take in life. And we always do wish him nothing the best. Once you're part of Rocket League community, you're going to stay with that for the rest of your life, no matter. And we're just a family like that. So we all want Riz to succeed. And it's going to be sad to see him go, but.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, so, congrats, I guess, on for Rizzo for the retirement. And, we kind of wish him the best in the future. But, yeah, What a day, or what a regional that was. There was a lot of emotion behind it. But now we need to move on towards the future, and that's where we go to talk about Europe. We got the EU preview. We got about 20. We technically really have like half the time we wanted to talk about this, so we really gotta hit the topics on this one because we still gotta get to the top 5 here towards the end. But for me, like let's jump right into it here on the first one where we talked about dig and singularity. They're unable to like actually like auto qualify because of the points. I think they still ended up making it, but there were teams that did not make it that I think were really surprising. Obviously, Howard didn't make it, but I think Galaxy Racer also didn't qualify for the regional. Like, what's going on here with these people? What's going on with Europe?
It just shows that the whole entire region, besides one team, is inconsistent. You can make it a case for Vitality, but even then, watching Vitality play, they be doing some inconsistent things, especially on the defensive side. They need to learn how to have a more controlled approach. Maybe JG, when he's coaching Ricks right now, maybe JG coaching Ricks will give him some of that NA insight, how to learn how to rotate and actually learn that play ball over boost rather than boost over ball, as some of these top teams over there be doing. And so it's like anything can happen over there besides BDS winning or BDS making it to the finals. Like everything else is up in the air, and for teams missing out and anything that happened type of vibe in region, it's not really that much of a surprise. So man, it is what it is. Roll.
I guess that would make EU Rocket League a lot more exciting. Is like these teams that just there's no confirmed team except BDS, right? You want to see a team take down BDS. Maybe it's one of these teams we don't know about yet, right? We always look at the Dignitas, Giants, Galaxy Racer, Vitality, Solary now is looking like they're gonna be in form, which is great for them. But maybe it's one of these teams we don't know about. Like, so we see Godsmilla's team peak, right? And now they're
Acro nice now.
Yeah, a chronic nice. But now where are they at, right? They didn't qualify for grid. And so now maybe it's another team that we're waiting to see on a come up to take down BDS. Like we were talking about it, that was a big question point. Who's gonna take down BDS? And I think that's all we're looking for at this point. That's all I'm looking for when I look at EU.
Yeah, so I mean, it begs the question too. You talk about a chronic, but you know these teams, you know, White Demons, Aether, Godsmilla's team. Like, are we going to see these guys become mainstay names, or are we just expecting this from like a regional now? Is this something that's just going to be kind of like a trendy here, or will these teams actually build off of the success from a great start to the spring split?
To me, it's just I have no clue. You want to say like Giants are going to bounce back, but then you look at grid today, they're already 0-3. You want to say Team Queso is going to play well, but then they can't make the grid. You want to say Godsmilla's team, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Chronic really is nice. Godsmill, maybe he's need a new refresh. They don't make the grid either. You want to say Vitality can beat BDS, but that record is so lopsided in favor of BDS. They literally live rent free in their heads. So like no matter what place, no matter what viewpoint you take it, no matter where you go, it's just like none of it seems like it can be consistent like it does in NA. Like when in NA, you know that at least 5 or 6 of the teams will make the final. They're in the top 10. And maybe a team that's sat at like 8 or like 11. But you're not gonna get a team that's sat at like 20 make it in top the final day. And in NA, you could expect that. But in EU, it's more of a toss up. Anything can happen for the most part. And that's why I feel really holds the region back. And you want to see more than just BDS and maybe Vitality. If you want to lump them in there, you want to see at least like 4 teams really like push it as far as it can. You want to see a Dignitas join that. You want to see a Giants. You want to see a Queso. You want to see those type of teams really push the envelope, and it's just not happening.
I really hope looking at this that like Solary, they're 3-0 right now in grid. I hope that like they build off this and they solidify themselves into that top 3 with Vitality and BDS. I think Vitality, we talk about it. TBates just pointed it out that Vitality, BDS is in their heads rent free. I don't think we see a world where Vitality gets over it and just randomly beats them one day. I think every time BDS will play Vitality, they will lose. Vitality will lose. BDS will always beat Vitality just because Vitality is scared. And you can see it in the gameplay. They are scared to mess up defensively. They are scared to lose, which causes them to lose. They're not playing to win. They're playing not to lose. And that's how you can't play that way. So I'm hoping that a roster like Solary, Astral, we know how hungry he is and how much he devotes into practicing his mechanics and what he needs to do in the field. And every time they lose, you can see the pain in his face. Like that man shows so much emotion. So I'm hoping that now 3-0 in this grid. I know they didn't perform too hot in the last regional, but in the first regional, but in this grid, they're off to a great start. And I hope that this continues and builds momentum for that roster. That's Solary roster.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll end up seeing how that works. Another team I want to kind of look at too is Top Blokes, because they really did not have a good regional start here, especially with like a lot of eyes on them after being kind of recently acquired. Now we see them grid 2-1 in the day. I'm trying to figure out where that loss was at. Oh, they lost. They got swept by Solary. I think that was their first match, and then afterwards they started winning again. But now it makes me a little bit more concerned going into the regional. Do you think it's just a bad regional, and now they're going to start building back up? Because remember, this was a team that was, I mean, they were looking like top 2 in EU for a moment, and now it just seems like they kind of fall off. Or do you think this is like a new trend for them? Maybe it was just a honeymoon phase.
Raul, you go first, Jay.
I think that's what we're all scared of, is that it's just a honeymoon phase. We don't ever want to see a team that's just like is there and we see the potential and then they just never heard of again. And I think that's something that we see so much, that these teams just have these great performances. And then after their one performance, you just don't see them. PK, example in NA, they had that one, was it a regional?
Yeah.
I think it was a regional where they just went all the way to like, I think top 4, and then you haven't heard from them make it to a final bracket since. But yeah, that's just something you don't want to see. You want to see those teams consistently perform and stay at the top.
For me, Top Blokes, I don't expect much out of them, because you have people like Archie on Top Blokes tweeting like this tweet if you think BDS is the best in the world. So in his head, he's already lost. He already thinks he ain't gonna beat him. He's the best in the world. I'm supposed to lose to him. Let the North Americans tweet that. If the North Americans tweet that, we ain't gotta play him till whatever. You gotta play him still. So if you still thinking that they are the best in the world, the moment you play them, the moment it goes wrong, oh, here they go again. The best team. You can't keep up with them. It's not the mindset. I don't like seeing those type of tweets. I need to see that dog in you. I don't know if you lacking that dog, but they ain't there yet. I need to see the fight. You know that like
Why he bark?
Why is he barking?
Like you gotta go all in against them. I don't want to see all that. You just laying over. You're laying over for BDS to walk right over you. Take that, punch him and fight him. Be great. And that's why I want to see a little bit more of that. So I'm not too confident with Top Blokes and when the main man Archie tweets stuff like that.
Well, it begs me my last question, which is BDS gonna win this whole thing again?
You said Howard didn't make it?
No, Howard.
Europe's back depends on Howard.
Howard! What are you doing? We need you.
We need you, Howard.
No Howard. There's nobody in the
Howard.
BDS's way. If Howard ain't there, if they ain't in the way, then BDS, they just go walk over by everybody else. Give me BDS one more time. Cause I already know if I see BDS Vitality, gonna be, oh no. We just go all downhill. I can't speak French, but yeah, wherever oh no is in French, that's what they're gonna be saying when they BDS scores on them with a wine up your net, and I'll be like, oh, terrible.
They can't keep getting away with this, man. I mean, Liquid did beat them, so
Liquid did beat them.
I think
But Liquid's too inconsistent. See,
Liquid can never make it anywhere, bro.
That's a name you just they beat BDS, but they gotta make it to
They
BDS.
gotta get there
to beat
first.
them. Like,
The only reason they played is because Leaf play in the grid, so they had to play him. They gotta get to BDS.
we need Howard.
We need Howard.
We need Howard.
One of you teams in EU, you need to give y'all space up for Howard. Just give it up for Howard and let Howard do the rest.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
EU rest on Howard. But
Howard.
we're gonna get to a very controversial subject here really soon. We're moving on to our top 5 players in the world.
Oh
We
boy.
got 10
Normally-
left. Ooh.
Yeah, we got 10 left. We got 10 left. Just 10. We timed it perfectly.
Oh boy.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about our top 5 players in the world. I'm going first this time. I gotta get mine out the way. I'm getting mine out the way. So normally we do NA, but this time we decided to open it up a little bit. We would definitely want to hear your top 5 players in the world. So do me a favor, use the hashtag first touch on Twitter and let me know your top 5. And also let me know what you think about this one. So my number 5, it's gotta be Mark by 8. I got Mark by 8 at number 5. I mean, there's a reason why the Mark by 8 car is so hard to get. You can't really get that lime green Dune Racer anymore. I mean, the man is solid on BDS. He's very, overall, I enjoy what I see from Mark. I think, I won't spend too much time like hyping him up, but I like the energy I see from Mark by 8 on BDS. Number 4 over him, I got Justin. Justin is sitting at my number 4. Oh, NRG. Yo, chill out. Justin or NRG at my number 4. I think NRG is great. I think Justin brings a lot to the field, but it's the rest of them kind of bring just a little bit more from me, especially recently. I really want to see Justin take something from all the players I'm going to mention afterwards and add it to the game, because I think if he has these qualities, then he completely shoots up. Number 3, Gary G. Gary G at number 3. I think Gary G, great player mechanically, but also in terms of mentality and leadership ability is what really puts him past the rest. Because if we're talking just simple gameplay, then okay, I'd probably put Garrett a lot lower on the list, but I think it's just the quality he has as a player, like as a teammate, and his success in his career overall is where I have him higher up on the list. Number 2, I'm throwing Monkey Moon at number 2. Monkey Moon is, that guy is just, you give a lot of credit to Extra for helping facilitate and Mark by 8, but Monkey Moon is really that top player that pushes BDS over the edge. And for me, Monkey Moon has been one of those guys that when watching BDS and watching his career, it was just time. So it's great to see him excel. I have him at number 2, and my number 1, Jason. I got first killer at number 1. We talked about it earlier in NA. I mean, the way first killer has propelled Rogue and how Rogue look overall, it's just like no one can stop him. Everybody's trying to figure out right now the big topic around, at least in North America Rocket League, is how do players get past first killer? How do we beat first killer? How do we shut him down? It's too much conversation to just not straight up ignore it. So those are my top 5 players in the world.
Hit it.
No, you want me to go next, T?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5. Got Mark by 8. Me and Damar agree. Dazerin agree with Mark by 8. You mentioned his car decal. I'm just gonna say he is a Robin to a Batman. All right. And he's a really good Robin to a Batman. All right. Number 4, I got Garrett G. Garrett G, consistently over the course of however long he's been playing for so long. He's just so consistent. His leadership qualities is what propels him forward into my top 5 list as well. And I mean, he will bring everything he brings every time to the table. He will bring it every single tourney, day in, day out. Number 3, I got the difference maker for FaZe, AJ. We seen this kid highlight after highlight this weekend. That kid is spectacular. All right. There's a really hard way to shut this kid down. It's super hard to execute because he can just do whatever he wants when he has the boost to do it. Number 2, I got Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon, the best player in EU. The Batman to Mark by 8's Robin, right? Monkey Moon, highlight player, standout on BDS. Probably the main reason that they are the most consistent team in EU. And number 1, it's gotta be Jason, first killer. TBates mad. He called me a Rogue fanboy. He called me a first killer fanboy. Hey, skill speaks. Skill speaks, and I've been I gas myself up for knowing like prodigies and kids coming up, the talents that's coming up. I knew that. I mean, everybody knew it wasn't even just me. Everybody knew this kid was gonna be special one day. And First Killer, he's really stepping into his own way. I told him it'll take one dub, and the kid got it. First Killer, he's my #1 player in the world.
This is excellent. Really interesting looking list there. No, Justin. All right, here. Let me give the world the most accurate list there is. Brought to you by TBates. At number 5, we got that man from FaZe AJ. He's a specialist. He's a high flyer. He's a 1-2 skip to my Lou waiting to happen. We all like watching it, but see, he's a 1-2 skip to my Lou in the air, though. That's the different type of cat when you can do it in the air. Ooh, you really sum it up with his air dribble from the right side, game 5, all the way across, or was it game 7, all the way across, tied up 2-2. That's just the man he does. That's the 5th best player in the world. At number 4, I got Monkey Moon. You see me, like I said, I don't really value the EU style. I don't believe he might challenge him that hard. I just believe Monkey Moon taking advantage of a rather weak region, but I'll still put him up there in the top 5 just off respect to his props that he has performed in the EU region, even though I see it weak. I see it considered weak. I think we all can agree it's weak. But since he's winning, you got to put him up there. He's the best player in the EU at the time. Put Monkey Moon at number 4. At number 3, I got Mist still. I'm not moving Mist. I don't care what anybody says. It really falls on whether Atomic decides to play the Fennec. When Atomic plays the Fennec, MVP wins. They're the machine. When he doesn't play the Fennec, he's the Octane. Mist will always perform no matter what. So, Mist is number 3. And you already know I'm sitting there. Oh, you're laughing, but they got 3 regional wins and a 3rd place and a 2nd place, something like that. They got a lot of finals appearances. And matter of fact, I don't believe they've ever finished outside the top 4 besides this weekend in an event prior. In an event. That's rather consistency. I value that consistency a lot, especially in a tougher region that is called NA. And number 2, I had to switch around with 1 and 2 yesterday because of unfortunate circumstances. But as number 2, I'm still keeping my boy Justin. He's the best player on NRG. He is, in my opinion, the most talented person maybe in the world, but he has to perform when it matters most because there's got a kid who's performing better than him at the moment. He's got the mechanics, he's got the speed, he's got the world championship. Everybody knows what Justin can bring to the table. We all saw it when he came off the wall, shot one top left coming from the right side. That's ridiculous. No, not too many people can do that. And number 1, I'm going to just give y'all First Killer. He's performing. He's winning. Okay. He's fast. He's consistent.
Thanks, dude.
I got to give the props to him. Other than that.
All right, dude.
Okay. That's my top 5. And I can rerun it one more time so everybody knows. 5, AJ. 4, Monkey Moon. 3, Mist. 2, Justin. 1, First Killer. And that's the 5.
I wish we had more time on this because I really just want to go back and forth with T-Base for a minute.
You got 2 minutes.
I really do. All right, go down your list one more time for me, T-Base.
AJ, Monkey Moon, Mist, Justin, First Killer. It's a pretty good list.
Okay, well, it is. It's a decent list. What's the argument you made? Hold on. What's the argument you made for Mist?
It's all about consistency.
No. You mentioned another player.
Oh, I said
you mentioned a whole other player for why Emby is not succeeding.
You ain't gonna catch me. You ain't gonna catch me right here. I mentioned the other player for a specific reason. Listen closer now. I said it's because the reason they ain't winning right now is because Atomic ain't on the Fennec. You ain't gonna catch me like that. I clearly stated Mist still balls out no matter what. But they ain't winning right now because Atomic ain't on the Fennec. You ain't gonna catch me. Ain't gonna catch me. You tried, but I'm too smooth. A whole
other player just because he's not on a car, a specific car.
I mean, you gotta be on the car.
Hey, bro. All I'm gonna say is you gonna put Mist as a top 3. Mist, fantastic player, but he ain't no impact player. If he needs somebody on a specific car to win, a specific car. Come on, man.
If y'all saw the reaction I just had,
he fell out. Wait,
get me out of here. The more.
Come on, man.
It's finished. Hashtag first touch. Y'all just let us know which list is better. I believe mine was best, and that's all that matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta close it out. We have hit the time. We can't go over. We can't go over no more. This has been First Touch. Oh my goodness. Let us know your top 5 players in the world on Twitter using the hashtag first touch. We'll probably slide it into the cook zone next week. Let us know any other opinions you guys want to talk about. There's a lot of Rocket League action to go on. We got the EU regional coming up this weekend. We just saw the grid today. And guess what? It's going to be plenty more Rocket League as it continues on. So let us know what you think on Twitter. Again, hashtag first touch. But tune in on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific time for First Touch. That's it. On behalf of TBates, Roldis, and myself, Dazerin, thank you guys so much, and you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next week.